Hello YouTubers, this is 777-200 Forever coming at you with another highly anticipated and highly recommended model as I continue to play catch up. Today I'll be doing a review on a Gemini Jets Delta Boeing 777-200LR, the longer range version in their current livery scheme in a 1/200 scale model. I purchased this model from Easy Toys, whose store is based out of San Diego, California, and their website address is www.easytoys.com. But first, before I go into details about this particular model, allow me to share some information about the history of Delta, if you would please. Delta is an American-based airline that was founded on May 30th, 1924 as Hoff Dowling Dusters Incorporated in Macon, Georgia. Then the company moved to Monroe, Louisiana in 1925. Then officially commenced operations on June 17, 1929, then relocated its corporate headquarters to Atlanta, Georgia in 1941. Delta is currently the 7th oldest operating airline in the world, based on foundation date after KLM Royal Dutch Airlines, Avianca, Qantas, Aeroflot Russian Airlines, Czech Airline, and Finnair respectively. However, it is still the oldest operating airline still operating in the United States of America today, whereas the corporate headquarters of Delta, along with its main hub and base of operations, is located on the grounds of Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, which is located approximately 7 miles south of downtown Atlanta, Georgia. Delta also has operational hubs that's located at Detroit Metropolitan Wayne County Airport, located in the Detroit suburb of Romulus, Michigan, Los Angeles International Airport, located in Los Angeles, California, Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport, located in Minneapolis, Minnesota, John F. Kennedy International Airport, located in Jamaica, Queens, New York, LaGuardia Airport, located in East Elmhurst, Queens, New York, Salt Lake City International Airport, located in Salt Lake City, Utah, and Seattle-Tacoma International Airport, located in Seattle, Washington. And the focus city hubs of Delta are located at Logan International Airport, located in Boston, Massachusetts, Cincinnati Northern Kentucky International Airport, located in Hebron, Kentucky, and Raleigh-Durham International Airport, located in Cedar Fork Township, Wake County, North Carolina. Delta currently flies to 325 destinations worldwide on 6 inhabited continents, as Delta is one of 9 airlines to own this actual distinction of permanently flying to all 6 inhabited continents, along with Air Canada, Air China, British Airways, Emirates, Qantas, Korean Air, Qatar Airways, and South African Airways respectively, with an operating fleet of 886 aircraft that includes 18 Boeing 777s, in which 8 of those are the Boeing 777-200ERs, the extended range versions, and the remaining 10 are the Boeing 777-200LRs, the longer range versions, including this one here, with no unfulfilled orders pending on these aircraft types. As of January 2019, or at the time this video review posted, Delta currently operates as a certified 3-star airline carrier, according to the international airline review firm Skytrax magazine, and the Boeing customer code for Delta on this particular aircraft is 32. Alright everyone, let's take a look at the front of the box. As you see here, we're going to start at the top here. You see the engraved gold Gemini 200 decal. You see the airline's logo, the Web Rigid logo, the Delta title, the SkyTeam logo, as well as the computer generated picture of the aircraft type, the 1/200 scale die-cast aircraft model, as well as the item number information at the lower part of the box. Now you're looking at the back of the box, where you see the Gemini Jets information, as well as their Facebook social media page information, and the Boeing official licensed product decal at the back of the box. Now you're looking at the top of the box, where you see the engraved gold Gemini 200 decal, along with the warning information at the top of the box. Now you're looking at the bottom of the box, where you see the engraved gold Gemini 200 decal, along with some other information there you see at the bottom of the box. Alright, now you're looking at the left side of the box here, where you see the engraved gold Gemini 200 decal, the 1/200 scale die-cast model information. Then you slide over to the right of the left side of the box, you see the computer generated picture of the aircraft type, as well as the item number. Alright, now you're looking at the right side of the box, the same information on the left side of the box I showed you earlier on. Now you're looking at the front of the box once again, and the reason is I got it laid down here on the table, and the reason is this is a flap on certain on this model here, like on certain 777s, 787s, and all that stuff. They have the flap here, so I'm gonna flip this up and let you see what's inside of the box. Check it out. Now that's what you see in there: the model stand, and the gear replacement doors. I'm gonna pull all that and let you see it in its entirety. But in the meantime, let you see some important information. Check it out. Alright, that's what's on the other side of the flash. What you see there, the model information, the Delta logo, the Delta Titan, and there's the information how this particular aircraft, the 777, came about. You can pause and read that if you like. In the meantime, I'm going to keep this moving, alright? Now, after pulling this all out of the box, this is what you see here. You see the upper part is the clear plastic right there, and the lower part is all foam. So I'm gonna take this out and let you see it in its entirety right there. And as you see there is the model stand, as well as the gear replacement doors. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and take all that out. All right, now since I took all this out of the box, now you're looking at the nice little metal model stand that actually came with the model, you see here. And then you slide over this way. You see that little black pattern there, folks? The purpose of this black pattern on this particular model stand is to protect and prevent your model from being damaged or scratched when you put your model on this particular model stand. Now you're looking at these plastic bags, and what you see in this plastic bag are the gear replacement doors, and featuring two little toothpicks inside these gear replacement doors in this plastic bag. Please stay tuned as I go into detail for the purpose of these gear replacements for this particular model. Okay. Alright, with all that information out the way about the history of Delta Airlines and how they came about, all the details on this box here, including the information inside the flap, as well as the information inside the box, the packaging, as well as this partial packaging that came inside with the model stand, as well as the gear replacement doors inside that plastic bag there. With no further ado, everyone, here is the model out of the packaging box. Check it out. There it is, everyone, the Gemini Jets Delta Boeing 777-200LR, the longer range version, in a 1/200 scale model in their current livery scheme. Alright, allow me to go into some details about this particular livery scheme you see displayed here on this aircraft, if you would please. This is Delta's current livery scheme, which is actually called Upward and Onward. This livery scheme was actually introduced on April 30th, 2007 after the airline emerged from bankruptcy restructuring, as this livery scheme continues to honor Delta's past heritage while at the same time reflecting a modern look for an airline that is totally focused on the overall experience. Okay, so with all that information out of the way about this livery scheme you see on this particular aircraft, let's get down to the nitty gritty and allow me to show you all the details on this particular aircraft. And I'll show you. Let's check it out. Now, we're going to start at the front of the aircraft here on the port/left side, where you see the front nose gears right here, the nose gear struts, the nose gear landing gear doors right there, featuring the fleet number on there, 7104. See the Peter tubes and the static ports, what have you, the nose cone, the cockpit windows, as well as the windshield wipers. I'm going to give you a better visual view of the cockpit windows as well as the windshield wipers later on in the model review. But more important now, you see this SkyTeam logo right there next to the L1 boarding door there. Delta became a member of the SkyTeam Alliance along with Aerial Mexico, Air France, and Korean Air as one of the 4 founding members on June 22nd, 2000, which consists of 20 airline members from 5 inhabited continents. And then you see the Wi-Fi decal that's displayed next to the L1 boarding door right here, as well as the L2 door right there. This particular decal indicates that Wi-Fi is available and aboard this aircraft, as the same decal can be seen next to the L2 entrance door as I showed you earlier right there. Okay. And then right next to the Wi-Fi decal, you see the web widget logo that's displayed right here. This is Delta's current logo, and the modern updated 3-dimensional red widget was unveiled and introduced on April 30th, 2007, the same day that Delta emerged from bankruptcy restructuring, and at the same time continued to honor the heritage of the most famous version of the Delta widget logo that was introduced in 1959. Okay? Alright, now looking at the center of the aircraft here, Before we get to the engine, you're looking at these triple bogey landing gears here on the port side of the aircraft, featuring the landing gear struts as well as the landing gear door. But more important, these bigger, massive engines that Gemini just has done on this particular aircraft model, featuring the engine cones there. These are the General Electric GE90 110B1 type engines that are used on this particular Delta Boeing 777-200LR, the longer range jetliner version aircraft. Okay, then between the 200, here's another indicator you can tell between the 200ER and the 200LR. The 200LR has bigger engines, okay? They operate the General Electric engines, whereas the 200ER operates with the Trent 892 engines, okay? Now I'm gonna turn this aircraft model around and let you see the front of the engines, and the turbofan blades do spin. Let's check them out. Now you're looking at the front of the engines, featuring the engine stripes right here, inside there, and the turbofan blades do spin, as I mentioned earlier, which I find impressive. Okay, and then you see the inboard landing lights right there. And you got a better front visual view of the landing triple bogey gears here on the port side of the aircraft, featuring the landing gear struts as well as landing gear doors. Now you're looking at the front of the engines here on the starboard side of the aircraft, featuring the engine stripes right there, and the turbofan blades spin over here as well. Okay, perfect. And then you see the inboard landing light right here on the side of this aircraft there, as well as the front visual view of the landing triple bogey gears here on the starboard side of the aircraft, featuring the landing gear struts as well as the landing gear doors. Now you're looking at the front of the aircraft, where you got a better visual view of the cockpit windows, the windshield wipers, the nose cone, the nose gear door, the landing gear, the front nose gear, landing gear lights inside of the nose gear door, the nose gear struts, as well as the front nose gears. Alright, now you're looking at the rake wingtip here on the port side of the aircraft, where you see the red navigation light right there on the edge of that rake wingtip, as well as the strobe light at the end of that rake wingtip. Now, looking at the rake wingtip from the aerial bird's eye view, and the reason I got in this position for a reason, here's how you can tell from a 200LR from a 200ER. The 200LR, the longer range version, has the rake wingtips that you see here. The 200ER does not. Now you know the difference, okay? Okay, now we're at the back of the aircraft here on the port side, where you see the American flag decal that sits next to the registration ship number. And this particular flag decal represents the country where Delta currently operates from, as one of the major flag carrier airlines of the United States of America. And then next to the flag decal, as I mentioned earlier, you see the registration ship number, N704DK. Alright, registration ship number N704DK. This aircraft is Delta's 5th Boeing 777-200LR longer range version jetliner aircraft that actually entered the airline's fleet. And the first test flight on this aircraft took place on March 3rd, 2009, and was delivered to Delta on March 31st, 2009. And at the time of this video review posting, Delta remains one of 9 carriers in the world, along with Air Canada, based out of Montreal, Air India, based out of Delhi, India, Emirates, based out of Dubai, United Emirates, Qatar Airways, based out of Doha, Qatar, Pakistan International Airlines, based out of Karachi, Pakistan, Ethiopian Airlines, based out of Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, Iraqi Airways, based out of Baghdad, and Turkmenistan Airlines, based out of Ashgabat, that also operate this particular aircraft type in their fleet as well. Alright, now you're looking at the back. We stay at the back of the aircraft here, where you're looking at the tail fin of the aircraft, and you see the Delta logo that's displayed on the tail fin of the aircraft, which is right here. But there's the fleet number. But now here's the most important part of the logo on this tail fin. The Delta logo that's displayed on the tail fin, as you can see, as I mentioned earlier, it actually symbolizes this iconic logo pointing in a northwest direction due to the airline's merger with Northwest Airlines, which actually took place on October 29, 2008. Okay? Now you stay at the back of the aircraft, where you see the APU auxiliary power unit exhaust hole right there. And then above the APU exhaust hole, you see the strobe light right there, as well as the entire aircraft from the rear view angle. Check it out. Now you're looking at the Delta Boeing 777-200LR longer range version jetliner aircraft from the rear view angle. Alright, now you're looking at the front of the aircraft here on the starboard side, where you see the front nose gears right here, the nose gear struts, the nose gear doors right here featuring the fleet number on it, 7104. You see the ETOPS deal there. You see the pewter tube and the static ports, the nose cone, the cockpit windows, the windshield wipers, the SkyTeam logo, the Delta billboard title, the web widget logo, and the front cargo containing loading door. Now you're looking at the standard aircraft here on the starboard side, where you see the inboard landing light right there, as well as the GE90-110B type engines here on the starboard side, featuring the engine cones right there, which looks very realistic in detail. And you got a better visual view of the landing triple bogey gears here on the starboard side, the landing gear struts, as well as landing gear doors. Now you're looking at the rake wingtip here on the starboard side, featuring the green navigation light that's displayed on this rake wingtip, as well as the strobe light that's displayed at the end of the rake wingtip. Now you're looking at the back of the aircraft here on the starboard side, where you see the rear cargo containing loading door right there, the AFT boat bin door, the American flag decal, as well as the registration ship number, and the Delta logo that's displayed on this blue painted tail fin of the aircraft, as well as the fleet number at the top of the tail fin of the aircraft. Alright, before I show you the aerial bird's eye view of this aircraft model, as well as the undercarriage belly view of this aircraft model in full detail, allow me to let you check out one feature, which is the rolling gears. I'm going to tell you right now, the gears are kind of rough on it, but I'm going to let you check them out anyway. See, it's kind of rough there. You don't want to push too hard because the gears might fall off. But at least the gears does tilt. That's good there. And the front nose gear swivels as well, as you see there, there, and there. Okay, so with all that information out of the way about the gears, allow me to show you the aircraft view from the aerial bird's eye view. Check it out. Now you're looking at this aircraft model from the bird's eye view, and we're going to start at the front of the aircraft, starting with the nose cone, the windshield wipers, the cockpit windows. You see the Delta logo on both sides of the aircraft, the Delta titles. You see the SkyTeam logo on both sides of the aircraft. Then you see the anti-collision beacon light right there that's displayed there. And then you see the Wi-Fi box antenna right there, a high frequency antenna there. And you see the ADF antennas in 3D. That right there, that's the satellite communications antenna. Sorry about that. Now you got the Wi-Fi box antenna in 3D right there. A couple more antennas. The vertical stabilizer, which is known as the tail, as well as the horizontal stabilizers right there. You see the two little dots right there, as well as over here. Them two little dots are called illuminator lights, and the purpose of those illuminator lights is to light up this tail here when it flies at nighttime. Now let's check out the wings. No wing walkway, but you got the flaps, slats, aileron spoilers. You got the engines right there. Then you slide up this way. Fuel dump valve, as well as the rake wingtip, featuring the strobe light at the edge of that rake wingtip on the side of this aircraft. Let us go this way. No wing walkway, but you got the engines there, as well as the flaps, slats, aileron spoilers, what have you. Then there's the fuel dump valve, as well as the rake wingtip, featuring the strobe light at the edge of the rake wingtip on this side of the aircraft as well. Now you're looking at the undercarriage belly view of this aircraft. The front of it is all white and the rest of it's blue from that point on. Okay, you see the nose cone, you see the closed nose gear door painted in partial white and blue there, as well as the closed nose gear door, as well as the front nose gear. Then you look up here, it's all blue there. You see the Delta title and the logo right there. And then you see the red anti-collision beacon light right there, along with the hole where the stand goes in at. Then you slide along here, the Gemini Jets logo, a couple more antennas there, pressure relief valve, and then there's the APU housing doors right there in the back, as well as the horizontal stabilizers underneath. Now let's check out the gears here. Starting over here. Okay, the gears tilt. Okay, perfect. You see the engines right there, as well as the flaps, slats, aileron, spoilers, what have you. Fuel dump valve, as well as the rake wingtip. Let's stop over this way. The gears tilt over here as well, as you see there. Got a view of the engines here underneath, as well as the flaps, slats, aileron, spoilers, what have you. The fuel dump valve, as well as the rake wingtip on this side of the aircraft as well. Alright, since I'll show you the aerial bird's eye view of this aircraft model, as well as the undercarriage belly view of this aircraft model full detail, now I'm going to put on that new metal model stand that actually came with the model. So with no further ado, everyone, here is the model on the stand. Check it out. Alright, finally got this model on the stand with no problem, no hesitation, no issue, as you see it being displayed in the takeoff landing position with the model on the stand being viewed from the port side. Alright, now you're looking at the front of the aircraft in the takeoff landing position being viewed from the front view angle with the model on the stand. Now you see this model being viewed in a takeoff landing position with the model on the stand being viewed from the starboard side. And finally, you see this model being displayed in the takeoff landing position with the model on the stand being viewed from the tail cam angle. Alright, before I take this model off the stand, I got in this position for a reason, and the reason is the magnetic retractable gears. I'm going to start with the front nose gear first, as you see there. The gears here on the port side, there, as well as the gears here on the starboard side, there. So, since I got all the gears off this particular model, I'm going to let you see this model at a different angle without the gears in in-flight mode position. Check it out. Okay, now you see this model being displayed in in-flight mode position with the model on the stand. Now you got one or two options how you want to display this model. If you want to display it like that in in-flight mode position without the gears, that's fine. Remember these gear replacement doors inside this plastic bag that I showed you earlier? That's the purpose of these gear replacement doors, is to substitute your gears while you display your model like this in flight mode position. Or you can keep it in a gear down position with the gears on there in a takeoff landing position. Your choice, gears up, gear down. I choose to leave mine on it because it adds more value to the model. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and put these gears back on this model, take this model to stand, and go ahead and wrap up this model review. Alright, let's talk about the seating configuration on this particular aircraft. Delta has two seating configurated versions that they actually use on their Boeing 777-200LRs, the longer range version jetliners. Configuration number 1 seats 291 passengers in a 3-class configured cabin layout. Here's the breakdown, everyone. This is the previous version from rows 1 to 12, which will be from here to about right there. You have 37 Delta 1 flatbed seats, rows 29 to 32, which will be from here to about right there. You have 36 Delta Comfort class seats, and rows 33 to 57, which will be from here all the way back to the rear of the aircraft. You have 218 economy class seats, which bring total 291. And configuration number 2, which is the new configured cabin layout version, it seats 296 passengers in a 3-class configured cabin layout. Now here's the breakdown on this configured version. From rows 1 to 8, which will be from here to about right here, you have 28 Delta 1 suites, 20 to 25, which will be from here to about right there. You have 48 Delta Premium Select class seats, and rows 30 to 57, which will be from here all the way back to the rear of the aircraft. You have 220 main cabin class seats, which brings a total of 296 seats. And finally, Delta currently employs their Boeing 777-200LRs, longer range version jetliners on routes from Atlanta to Los Angeles, Shanghai Pudong, Tokyo Narita, Amsterdam, Stuttgart, Germany, and Johannesburg, South Africa, and from Los Angeles to Atlanta, Sydney, Australia, Paris, Charles de Gaulle, and Amsterdam. Now, the Atlanta to Amsterdam route's been upgraded to A350. They use the A350 on that particular route, and from Los Angeles to Sydney, they also use a A350 on that route as well. Well, everyone, this will conclude this model review. I'd like to know if you got this model or you plan on getting this model. This model is still available. Snatch it up while you can. So with that said, take care. God bless. Stay tuned. There's more model content coming. Peace.